Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Eden Prairie Center, Community Center. Hornets about to take on the Tonka Skippers in the pseudo championship. Got to beat them twice, but this is your temporary announcer until Riley gets here. Hornets in black, Tonka in white. And with that, I'm going to hand you to the expert. Enjoy, folks.
Hello. Hockey night in Eden Prairie. Hornets warming up, minute and a half to go in warm-ups as they face their nemesis, the Minnetonka Skippers. For the sixth time this year, Skippers have come away victorious all 5 previous visits and are the favorites heading into this one. But the Hornets, in their All Blacks today, looking to change up the result. They're feeling confident after losing to Minnetonka 2 nights ago. They took on Chaska-Chan last night and were able to escape that with a victory, setting up for this rematch. Hornets dressed in black, as are the majority of their fans today, feeling the all black or the blackout Saturday in Eden Prairie here. Looks like a full ensemble of coaches on the bench today. And I believe the Hornets have a full roster. I'm not aware of any players out of action today, so they should have legs. Keys. Don't see anything. There we go. Okay, final lap before the showdown here for the Hornets. Florida? Here's a shout out to the state of Florida. It's the one down south on the East Coast. Grandma and Grandpa Tucci, as well as Grandma and Grandpa Olin, located in Florida while we're at it. And all the other family members joining from parts outside of Eden Prairie today. Welcome. All right, Hoffman on the opening face-off. It bobbles around. Pitko gets hauled down in the middle of the ice, and Minnetonka will head to the attack. That's Beacom forcing a chip into the zone. And Beacom is able to steal the puck away and get it to Hoffman. Hoffman finds McElroy on the far wing. He gets around a defender and chips the puck into the corner and retrieves it. He's got a little bit of space. Drops it to Hoffman. Hoffman tries to get it back to him. Hits McElroy in the foot. And Olsen deflects that back into the zone. That'll be an offside with the automatic offsides in Pee Wee hockey. So good first shift for the Hornets. They'll get a shift change and bring on the second unit. Tessa Carlson on the face-off. She's flanked by Jackson Parisi and Cam Helfrich. Wins the face-off back to Conkey. He's got Drew Hart with him on the back end on this shift. Conkey's able to shovel it into the corner, but Tonka there to retrieve it. They come out of the behind of the net. Nice job by well, 57 seconds in, and the Hornets find themselves down 1. This is becoming a little bit of a theme. 3 straight games they've given up an early goal, and they'll be fighting from behind again. Tonka, good job of forechecking there. Hornets able to get their pucks on sticks, but not get them out of the zone, and it ends up in their net. So Tessa Carlson stops the puck at the line. She gets it across ice to Conkey. He gets back to Hart. He makes a move around one player and backhand lofts it into the zone where Helfrich and Carlson chase. This comes up the wall. Hart knocks the puck away, but it goes right into a Minnetonka player. But good back check by Parisi. He's able to sweep it off a stick. Conkey picks it up. He moves it up the ice to Helfrich, who chips it towards the defenseman. Tonka's able to turn it. Crowd calling for a too many men on the ice penalty. Ref didn't see it, so Vogel will gather it in the corner. She's got Eichten, who's got a hot stick. He just whistles that wide after Nolan Eichten has scored in 3 straight games. .13:05 left in the first. Vogel on the faceoff. She wins it cleanly back to Mosley. Mosley tries to get it deep, but it's knocked down by Ward on Tonka. Another keep in by Mosley. He gets it to Karp. Karp gets it to Vogel. She gets a shot on net. Karp tries to poke it in front and does, but the Tonka goalie is able to swallow it, which he is pretty successful in doing. He's a big body. Vogel again on the face-off. She wins it to Carpenter. Carpenter gets it back to Mosley, back to Carpenter. Down low to Vogel. She tries to get it back to Carpenter. He gets it back to Vogel. Carpenter now in the corner. He chops it, but ultimately the Skippers come away with it, and they find some space through the middle. Eichten there for the challenge, and the puck squirts through to Tucci, and he pokes it into the corner. Now Mosley corrals it, gets it off the wall towards Weebler. Weebler retreats to his zone, makes an outlet pass to Pitko. It goes off his stick. That's almost another too many men on the ice penalty. Tonka on the puck. Pitko pesting him. They get it across ice. I think that could have been offside, but they didn't call it. And now Tonka going the other way. Olsen coming off the bench, and he's able to provide enough of a challenge to cause a miscue by the Skippers. They still have the puck, though. They get it behind their net. Mosley's chasing. He's got Pitko with him. Nice play by Mosley. He gets it to Hoffman through the middle. He's got some speed. Gets it across to McElroy. McElroy fires it, but just misses wide. Beacom keeps it in once, but Pitko tries to keep it in a second time, but he's unable to. Puck is chipped. Tucci is able to force that away. And now McElroy in a foot race for the puck with the Tonka defense. Tonka's able to win the race and take the puck the other way. That's knocked off the stick of the player by, I'm not sure who, Pitko or McElroy, and they go offside. So line change for the Hornets. They'll get Carlson, Parisi, Helfrich, Conkey, and Hart out. Referee's having a chat with the players. Faceoff is won by Tonka. It moves up the wall. Were they able to get it over the line? Conkey makes an outlet pass to Hart. He gets it up to Parisi. His pass to Helfrich is missed, and Tonka is able to turn it the other way. Parisi there on a turnover again. He tries to get it to the middle, but that doesn't connect, and Tonka retreats all the way back behind their net before launching a pass 3/4 of the length of the ice where Drew Hart corrals it. He uses the net to cut off a player, gets the puck up to Cam. Cam tries to find Carlson and misses, and that'll be a Hornet icing. Nice job by Drew Hart using the net to find some space there. Defensive zone face-off. Carlson on the draw. She wins it forward where Helfrich gives chase, but the puck is thrown back in the corner where Carlson moves it up to Helfrich. He tries to get it to Parisi. He can't handle it. And there's a turnover by Cam's forecheck. He's able to turn the puck over. They keep the puck in the zone. Parisi wraps it behind the net. Helfrich challenges, and the puck goes to Carlson. She gets it back to Helfrich. He tries to get it to the front of the net, but Tonka takes it the other way. Conkey, nice play there, reversing back to Hart. He's got some space, and he looks to throw towards the net. Takes a funny hop there. Oh, the whistle blew, but the funny hop kind of fooled the goaltender. And nonetheless, it stays out of the cage. Hornets will get another line change. It'll be Vogel on the face-off. Carpenter and Weebler on her flanks. Mosley, Eichton on D. She wins it back to Mosley. Mosley tries to get it in deep. He ends up just chipping it to Carpenter. Carpenter looking for somebody in front. That bouncing puck ends up on a skipper stick, and they chip it out. Most of the length of the ice should be an icing. They'll go try that once more. Good opportunity there by the Hornets, but they just couldn't find a handle on it. Vogel on the face-off. She wins it towards Weebler. He gets it back to Eichton. Eichton shovels it back towards Weebler, and he battles for it along the wall with Vogel supporting. Puck comes loose. Tonka on it. They wrap it behind the net where Mosley challenges along the wall. And a couple Hornets miss that. They're going to call off the icing, I think deservedly. And Eichton corrals it, tries to get it up the wall to Weebler. Goes off the glass, but ends up on Vogel's stick, and she carries it over the blue line. She's looking for somebody to share it with. Still looking for somebody. She finds Weebler, but he can't handle the pass, and it goes to Tonka, and they go on the attack. Mosley, good job of forcing a dump in there. Hornets, lots of guys in retreat. Eichton shovels it off of Vogel's skates. Pitko tries to chip it around a defenseman. It ends up with Weebler, and he loses his handle on it. But, great pass by Pitko. Beautiful feed to Weebler. I'm not sure how the goalie saved it, but he did. Another shot by Hoffman from the high slot. Goalie's equal to it, but he's on the ice. And the puck hops over Olsen's stick back to the Hornet zone where Beacom is chasing. He gets knocked to the ice. Puck comes to the middle, but McElroy corrals it. He's got Hoffman with him. Nice move by McElroy. He's got a burst of speed, and he's battling in the corner. He gives enough time for Hoffman to find it. Hoffman tries to shoot it towards the net. And the goalie covers it. So we'll get a defensive unit change. Hockey and Hart out there, offensive zone face-off. Hoffman on the draw. It ends up in the corner where McElroy and Hoffman combine to find the puck. Good shot there by Conkey on the Hoffman feed. Hoffman gets it back. He tries to get it to McElroy. It slides under his stick. And Hart battles for it along the wall. Conky's got some traffic. He makes a spin move, beats one defender, and goes to the attack. He's getting hooked and ends up pushing it into the corner. Will Pitko corrals it in the corner, puts it behind the net towards Hoffman. He makes a move around a defender who falls down. And Hoffman tries to get it back towards the front of the net again, but it's deflected wide. Puck is chipped up the length of the ice. Drew Hart finds it. He's got Conky going the other way. That should have been offside, I would say, but it wasn't. Pitko dragged his foot. It fooled the ref, but I think he was still offside. Nice shift by Black. Carlson line back out there. Helfrich and Parisi. They've got Eichton and Mosley on D. Face-off is 1 to Helfrich. He elects to wrap it hard. Puck is chopped through the middle. Nolan Eichton with a good stick play. He gets the puck to Helfrich. Oh, they're going to call that one offside. That one I'm less sure of. That whistle came from the back blue line as the linesman decided he didn't like the look of it. Carlson wins a face-off. It goes through Helfrich, but he's able to corral it again. Now Parisi fights along the outside. He's getting hooked, spins off a check, gets the puck back to Eichton. Eichton throws it towards the net. It hits a knee and dribbles wide. That goes off of Parisi's stick, I think, would be a face-off in deep. Carlson on the draw. She wins it cleanly back to Eichton. He's got all the time in the world. He's got to move towards the net, though, and he's got that. Helfrich tries to find an upper corner, but he finds the glass, and Minnetonka heads the other way. Eichton with a great stick play, sending Helfrich flying the other way. He backs up the D, gets through one defender, but loses his handle at the net, and the goalie pokes it away. Now Parisi's able to wrap that into the zone, and Helfrich will be the nearest to it. Puck comes up the wall, and they throw it almost the length of the ice. The ref's going to call off the icing here. Beacom's got it back. He throws it up the wall to Carlson. Carlson throws it all the way in where McElroy wins a race for it, but Tonka's got numbers, and they end up with the puck. Olsen, I think that's offside, but once again not called. Olsen challenges, and he's got some help from Hoffman, who moves it up to McElroy, who misses it, and it goes to the Tonka defenseman. Hoffman on the challenge. I think he just lost his neck guard, but I guess that can be fixed later. Battle along the wall. It comes back to Olsen. He bobbles it a little, but is able to keep it onside, or offside, I should say. And then a good job by McElroy getting that up to Hoffman. Hoffman trips on something. The blue line. Ref doesn't think there was anything to see there. Beacom, great job on the wall there, taking his man out of play. Forwards, got to get out here. A little late on that. And Tucci gobbles it up. Good job, Tommy. So much like a couple instances last game where the Hornets wingers got caught low, that gave a lot of space to Minnetonka to take that shot. The Hornets will get a line change. Oh, it's going to be a penalty, a couple penalties, so this should be even. But Vogel, as well as the skipper, will head off into their pain prison. 4 minutes to go in period one. 1-0 Minnetonka lead. 5-on-5 action here. It'll be Tessa Carlson on the face-off. She cleanly wins it towards Conky, excuse me. Conky battles along the wall. Good job by Hart, just muscling that out of danger. Nothing wrong with an icing, cleaning the puck out of the front of the net. What's the matter? So here comes Weebler. Oh, he can't get the puck out. That one looked like it did, though. And they'll call an ice or an offside. Excuse me. A lot of whistles here in the first. It's like a mite game. Here's Carlson on the face-off. Defensive blue line. She wins it back to Hart. Hart throws it towards Carlson. It hits her in the leg, and they lose possession. Hornets just throwing pucks away. Now Weebler heads into the offensive zone. Puck comes out, and Minnetonka goes to the attack. It's a 2-on-2 with back checkers, though. Support is there, and they turn over the puck, and then they give it back. Nice defensive D-to-D play there by the Skippers. Read well by Hart, but he can't quite handle the puck. Good job by Weebler picking up that stick and chopping it out of the zone. Good job also by Conkey getting body position. And the Hornets turn over the puck again. Every time they grab it, they like to give it back. Here comes Helfrich. He's by himself. The Hornets have a chance here. That's a save. But there was no less than 6 players on the ice for Tonka, maybe 7 for a bit there. So we'll see if the ref. It looks like he's calling it. So it will be. The Hornets fans let the ref hear it, but he heard him. It's going to be a too many men on the ice penalty. And the Hornets will send out their 5-man unit for a minute and a half with the advantage. Tonka coach is not impressed with the call. He can't count to 6, though. He can only count to 5, so it doesn't matter. Puck comes back to the defense where Hart gets it to Hoffman. Hoffman fires a bullet. Nobody in front of the net. Wow. Hoffman on the face-off. He's able to muscle it back to Hart. Hart gets it back to Hoffman. He gets it to Helfrich, back to Hoffman. Tries to get it to Hart. That's deflected into the neutral zone, and Hart will retreat. He's by himself. He gets it to Hoffman. He makes an outlet pass to Parisi that goes off his stick, and Tonka battles for it. Get in there! The Hornets fighting for it. Now they've got the man advantage. Carlson looks for Hoffman, and that pass is picked off too. Drew Hart will retrieve in his zone. He lofts it to Hoffman. Hoffman will take it on the attack. One guy tries to poke him. Hoffman throws it high off the glass where Parisi challenges for it. Comes back to Hart. He gets a tip in front. Finally, there's somebody in front looking to tip a puck. That was Tessa Carlson. It goes wide, though. Cam now creating some space for himself. He gets it to Hart. Hart will throw it again. That is deflected wide, though. Comes near side to Jax Parisi. He gives it to Hoffman, and that's chopped out of the zone. And this will do it for the power play. The Hornets should make a change here. They're not going to. They get the puck back to Parisi, back to Helfrich. He throws it towards Parisi, and that'll be Nolan Eichten off the bench. He gets a nice pass to Parisi. He misses it. Awkward hop there in the middle of the zone. Tommy Hoffman's still on the ice from the power play, and he chops the puck into the zone. That's deflected by Helfrich up. Eichten, little Pele effort there to punt it towards his teammates. Nice job by Mosley on the wall to keep that in. He makes a move to Pitko. Pitko gets checked and hits the deck. No call coming. 40 seconds left in the period, and Eichten lofts it through the zone. Mosley can see that coming from a mile away, but he carries it in offside. So a little frenetic with the power play there and the play thereafter, but the team will get a breather here for a few seconds while the ref drops the puck. Hornets elect to do a defensive line change. Forwards will stay out there. 35 seconds left in the first. I take back what I said about the forwards. 2/3 of them are going to take the rest of the shift off. So Hoffman on the face-off. He tries to get it back, but it ends up in Tonka's possession. Beacom chips it up the wall towards Hoffman. They chip it back towards Beacom. Beacom stands tall at the line there, and a good job by Hoffman to knock that away. Olsen gathers it, and he goes on the rush. He's got 15 seconds and some speed here. He throws it towards the net to Pitko, and he can't quite find it. Olsen tries once again to get it to the front of the net, and he's battling for it in the corner. They wrap it around towards Beacom. There's 4 seconds left now, and they should be able to walk out the clock. Good pressure there by the Hornets. So end of one. The Hornets trail 1-0, a goal less than a minute into the period, and then even thereafter. Hornets in the second half of the period started owning the control of the puck after being a little sluggish to start. So we'll see if they can continue to do that in the second period as they switch ends. So Coach, looks like Coach Lynn and Coach Rob giving some advice on the bench right now. Tommy Tucci stood tall in the first period, giving up the early goal and then blocking everything thereafter. Looks like some intermission entertainment as the referee walks an adult male across the ice for reasons unexplained. So Tucci heads back to his cage. He walked by the goalie for Minnetonka, and I measured, he is 17 inches shorter than him. So Tommy, what he lacks in stature, he makes up for in agility. Hornets have had trouble finding the answer on the Tonka goalie this year. This is their 6th matchup, and he stood tall in all of them. He's a big body, so they're going to have to get pucks on net and look for rebounds and tips. Make it dirty. On the face-off, it'll be Hoffman to start here. He wins it back towards Beacom. Beacom chips it up the wall back to Hoffman. He creates some space for himself, but the puck is turned back towards Beacom. Beacom gets it back towards Hoffman. And then they wrap it back towards Beacom. Olsen able to take enough of the body there to knock that away. Pitko gets the puck in the middle. He lofts it towards Hoffman, who's got some speed. He's looking for somebody. He gets it to Beacom. He's got to move. He makes a spin move. He's getting hooked pretty good. He's hooked so good that he almost hooked his own stick out of his hand there. Beacom on net. That puck was free if a Hornet could got to it. So pretty tough to imagine how that isn't a hooking penalty. But the linesman disagreed. So it'll be Vogel on the face-off. She's got Weebler and Carpenter with her. Weebler ends up with the puck. He tries to cut to the middle, but it's knocked off his stick. And Tonka will take it the other way on a 3-on-2 with the back checker. They move to the outside. Tucci stands tall there. Second shot on Tucci. So Hornets defensive zone face-off. Here's Vogel. She chips it to the corner where Weebler will chase after it. He forces a pass that Conkey knocks down. Puck comes back to Weebler, just out of his reach. And now Conkey on the D on a 2-on-2 rush here. They throw it back to the point. That's blocked by Drew Hart. Nice play by him. Good job by Carpenter to chip that away. And he gets the puck, back from Vivian Vogel. Puck comes late. The goalie is asleep at the wheel, but Weaver can't quite get a handle on it. Conkey keeps it in at the line. They hammer it out, and they do end up getting it to center ice. One guy is chasing Conkey. He muscles it across to Hart. Hart moves it up towards Cam. That's going to be an icing. That'll be a defensive zone face-off coming up. Looks like Carlson's line out. Helfrich and Parisi. They've got Mosley and Eichten on the back end. Face-off will be to the right of Tommy Tucci. Carlson wins it across to Parisi. He's got a burst of speed, and Cam Helfrich with him. He gets over the line, sauces it to the middle where Parisi gets a shot at it, and Helfrich shovels one from the far side. Now the Hornets control it in their near corner. Carlson throws it behind the net where Parisi chases, and he gets some help from Helfrich. He recovers the puck and is able to corral it. Oh, he loses his stick in the door. Another job by Eichten there, keeping the puck in. Cam knocks a guy to the ice. Eichten, the hot hand, tries to throw it towards the net. That gets blocked in front. And Cam forces a pass to the outside where Mosley forces a chip in. Two Hornets on the puck. Two Skippers on the puck, only one Hornet, so they get a good chance, but Carlson eventually comes back and carries it out of the zone, gets it to Helfrich. He gets it to the front where Eichten tries to find it. Carlson ultimately finds it. She's got Parisi and Helfrich open, and pass comes a little bit too late. Puck is chipped to the near side corner where Tonka corrals it. They get it to center ice, but Bennett Olsen chips it up the wall to Cam. They've got a 3-on-2 here if they move fast. Oh, there it is. That's a goal. That'll be Jackson Parisi on a changeup. Cuts to the middle. Goaltender slid across, and even that big body couldn't move in the opposite direction he was moving. So Jack slides it in. The assist will be Helfrich and Olsen. And the Hornets are tied 1-1. Simple play there. Olsen on a one-on-one knocks the puck away and hammers it up the wall. Helfrich picks it up, gets it to Parisi in the slot, and from there he cuts to the middle and gets it to the back of the net. Hornets go on the attack again. Pitko hits the ice, and the Skippers take it the other way. Beacom defending. He does enough to knock a puck off the stick of the Skipper. So they get the puck back with some speed and throw it towards the middle. Nice job by Tucci gobbling that up. Quick transition there by the Skippers as they turn the puck over at center ice and went on the attack. But Tommy Tucci makes a nice save. Hoffman gets the puck back to Olsen. He moves it up the wall to McElroy, who gets it to Hoffman, who gets it to Pitko. Pitko muscles one towards the net. It goes a little high, even over the goalie's head. Hoffman and McElroy on the far wall fight it off a Skipper defense. Hoffman tries to get it to the front. He gets it to McElroy, who gets it back to him behind the net. Hoffman's shake and bake in the corner. He loses the puck, but Beacom finds it. And that'll be shoveled offside by Beacom. They'll drop the puck at center ice after a likely line change here. So 10 minutes and 39 seconds left in the second. The Hornets have evened the game just moments ago, 1-1. Vogel wins a face-off cleanly to Hart. Hart makes a nice play to Weebler. Weebler gets it over the line. throws it on net. Carpenter chases after, gets it back to the D. Drew Hart on his backhand is able to get it deep. Oh, and Vogel tries to throw it towards the net. It misses wide. Nice job here by Conkey. Oh, great muscle job in front by Carpenter. He's mixing up with the goaltender. Shot by Hart here, clap bomb, just misses wide. And the Hornets have the Skippers on their heels. Weaver turns that over. This is a 3-on-2. Hornets slow in the back check. And they whistle it wide, thankfully. Carpenter gets it to the middle where Vogel finds it. She chips past one player, but not two. The puck is sent to center ice. Conkey's got somebody on him. He moves it up the wall where Drew Hart picks up a stick, and that leads to a Carpenter break. Carpenter trying to muscle through. They're tired at the end of a shift, and this is going to be a power play by the Hornets. Vogel gets it around the end board where Eichton finds it. He throws it back to Vogel if she wants it. She gets it to Mosley. Mosley throws it in the corner. And Carpenter gets chopped to the ground for the second time on the shift. He's drawn one penalty. I don't think they're going to give him a second. So the Hornets power play will get a second look of the day. Excellent effort by Carpenter mixing it up on that shift. Coach on the Tonka team is yelling at the ref. He needs to take his pills today. So power play advantage here for the Hornets. Hoffman on the faceoff. He's got his usuals with him. Helfrich is able to find the puck on the faceoff. They muscle it towards Hart's neck, so he can't quite keep it in. Carlson gathers it at center, though. She moves it towards Hoffman, but doesn't give him a lot of space. Now he makes a move to get around a defender and create some space for the power play to set up. Hoffman gets it down to Helfrich. Helfrich gets it back to Hart. Hart gets it back to Helfrich. Back to Hart. Uh-oh. Hart gets poked away. Tonka goes on a breakaway. Tucci! Tommy Tucci with the stick check. What a play. And now the Hornets corral it behind their net. Hoffman sends it to Carlson. She dumps it in deep, but Tonka's on the puck. Oh, my God. Hornets got to learn how to forecheck on a power play. Here's Mosley now on for a tired Hart. And Tommy Tucci making more saves than you'd like him to on a penalty or on a power play. So the Hornets will finish the line change, I think. Put out another unit. Not a lot of looks on that power play so far. Tonka getting the better chances. So defensive zone faceoff. Still Hornets power play for 23 seconds. Vogel on the draw. She wins it towards Eichton, but Tommy Tucci has to make a save as that's awkwardly deflected towards the Hornet net. Eichton comes out of the corner with the puck and throws it back to Minnetonka. They loft one towards the net, which, for reasons Tommy Tucci has to gobble up. 7 seconds left in the Hornets power play. I repeat, the Hornets power play. This is not a Tonka power play. So the Hornets elect to change the defensive pair and one forward. Tommy Hoffman comes out. I'm not sure who he's relieving. Vivian, it looks like. So they'll get a fresh look here. Hoffman on the drop. Puck is lost and launched towards the net. Tucci with a great save. Hornets still on the power play, and they can't touch the puck. So Hoffman will try this face-off again. This time he wins it back where Beacom is on it. He's got Hoffman helping. He squiggles out of the corner with the puck, but Tonka's pressure is able to knock it away. And the power play is over officially, although it didn't feel like much of a power play anyway. Hoffman shovels it up the wall, but Tonka steps into it. They throw a high shot, which Olsen corrals behind the net. Still seem to be more Tonka players on the ice than Hornets on this shift. That puck is missed as it passes to the point. Good shot there, deflected wide by somebody, and McElroy recovers it. He's got pressure, but he lofts it into the corner, and he's the one that wins the foot race to it. Pitko in his face. Oh. Refs let that one slide. That looked like a slew foot or a trip of some kind, and Olsen forces a dump in where Beacom goes back to recover it. He falls to the ground with the Tonka pressure. Good job by Charlie McElroy. Well, until it wasn't. Pitko now. Oh, that's a he's
He stepped on the puck. I know he did. You don't need to throw that language out. It was a bad call. I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
That is horse shit.
Well, the broadcaster got a little excited there and swore at the referee. Tonka player stepped on a puck, and the ref decided to call it a trip because he needs cataract surgery. So as if Tonka needs any help, they're going to get some here with a power play they didn't deserve. And now the ref, with his power trip, is going to ensure that the Hornets can't get a line change either because he's the boss. So Vogel out for the penalty kill face-off. Beacom's got the puck. He's got to move it. Puck comes back to the point. Tonka's playing catch. Good pressure by Weebler. Down low now. Hornets will just leave him out there if they like. Good stick by Beacom. Not quite out. This one should get out. Weebler's able to get it to Vogel, and she dumps it in. Now the Tonka Skippers will head the other way. They loft it into the corner. Hopefully Olsen can muscle this out. Second try, he should be able to. And that will take off a few seconds of the power play. 33 seconds left in the power play for the Skippers. The undeserved power play, I'll remind everybody at home. Tessa Carlson on the face-off. She wins it to Eichton. He's battling for it and comes away with it. He's got flankers on him, just out of the reach of Parisi. Mosley battling on the near wall with Carlson and Parisi in the vicinity. Puck comes back, I think. Parisi shovels it up the wall again. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Now Carlson chasing the defense as they play catch. They throw it to the middle, miss their target, and Nolan Eichton will carry it into the zone shorthanded. He whistles one high that misses the net. Hornets have done that a few times today. Shoot it. Mosley throws it towards the net. Nice tip. Puck is loose. Mosley's able to keep it in and get it into the corner where Helfrich falls to the ice, but he's able to get it back to Nolan Eichton. He throws it at the net. That puck is loose once again. And finally Tonka gets it out to center ice. Eichton chips it towards Parisi. He loses it. And Tonka will send it for icing. Well, as is usually the case on an undeserved penalty, usually the penalty killing team kills it off. The Hornets did a good job there of negating the power play that shouldn't have been. The Hornets will get fresh legs. They're controlling the pace of this period. 4 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the second. Hoffman on the faceoff. He wins it back to Olsen. Olsen walks to the middle. And I think that's tipped by McElroy and might have hit the post. Nice hard shot. Tonka attacks the other way. They're going against Beacom. Beacom's going to go to the penalty box for a deserved penalty here, but the Hornets can't quit skating. There we go. I think this is going to be a minute 30 on Bo Beacom. So the Hornets will freshen up their look as they go to the penalty kill for the second time in the last several minutes. They'll have Hoffman out there with McElroy, Hart, and Conkey. Hoffman wins it back to Conkey. He wraps it behind the net smartly, and Drew Hart's got space to make his play on the wall. He's able to get it over the blue line, not much further, and he rips one at the players' faces. We got 12 seconds off the clock. We're going to have to teach young Mr. Hart about the soft chip, the penalty kill. Nonetheless, we'll take an icing on the penalty kill all day. Tommy Hoffman, near zone, face-off to the left of Tommy Tucci. He wins it to himself and is able to get it to the blue line, but they're able to keep it in. Conkey behind his own net. He tries to wrap it hard, but he wraps it soft, where McElroy causes problems. Oh, my God, Tommy, come on. Tommy Tucci sharp on that penalty. Move it back. Conkey's got a chance to get this out, and he gets it to McElroy. He's got Hoffman with him if he gets his head up. He gets tackled. They're going to keep on the attack, though. They didn't touch the puck. How can you be this bad? Are you kidding? That's embarrassing. This ref, Charlie McElroy, clearly gets chopped to the ground. I'm not sure what the Equinox penalty is going to be because I didn't see anything. This ref is just in Tonka's pocket. What do you think that penalty is for, guy? Yeah. How much did you guys pay him? Double it. That's pretty bad.
I've paid too much in hockey already.
So the refs are still trying to figure out how they fucked this up. Oh, sorry, my language. How they screwed this up. But they did. Tonka is clearly in the penalty box. They signals as if there was going to be two penalties. Maybe they've changed their mind, but if that's the case, they shouldn't have whistled the play dead. The Hornets had a 2-on-1. .321 to go in the second period. Refs still trying to figure out how they screwed this up. Coach is not happy, although I really have difficulty figuring out what he's unhappy about. Hornets are the one that got jobbed. Whistle shouldn't have gone. McElroy and Hoffman on a 2-on-1 flat-footed defenseman. Great scoring opportunity negated by a inadvertent whistle. So there's a buzzer. So Charlie McElroy, the kid that got hooked to the ground, ends up with a penalty. So your guess is as good as mine what that one is. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that that's the most surprising penalty that Charlie McElroy has ever received. Tommy Hoffman on the faceoff. Still shorthanded by some miracle. Tommy Hoffman muscles it into the corner. 30 seconds left in the man advantage for Tonka. They attack. One guy against Conkey. He loses his footing, but forces a shot wide. Hoffman tries to get it out and does. That'll be an icing, but a welcome one for the Hornets. .14 seconds left in the Tonka power play. If you're just tuning in, Tonka got a mystery power play earlier, and then Charlie McElroy just got one. Carlson on the face-off defensive zone. She wins it back to Hart. Hart wraps it behind the net to Helfrich. Helfrich chips it through the middle of the ice off of Carlson's leg, and a Tonka guy falls down. Even up now. Tommy Tucci deflects that wide. So Hornets kill off the second power play in the last 5 minutes and head back to even strength. 2 minutes and 37 seconds left in the second period. Carlson on the face-off. She's got Parisi and Helfrich with her. Hart and Conkey on D. They win the face-off to the near side where Carlson puts a stick on it, enough to get Hart a chance to knock it around. Helfrich beats one defender. Now he's getting hooked. He gets the puck through, though. And Parisi scored! What an effort by Cam Helfrich, fighting off a obvious hold, muscles the puck to the middle of the ice, and Parisi goes strong to the goalie's stick side and tucks it home. Great effort by both, well, the whole unit there, but particularly Helfrich and Parisi with two spectacular plays. That will make it 2-1, just over 2 minutes left in the second. Carlson on the faceoff still, puck's in her feet. She chips it towards Helfrich, and he'll be offside. Okay, Carlson on the face-off again. She gets it back to Eichton. Eichton throws it behind the net where Parisi and Helfrich will both forecheck. They cause a turnover, and Carlson throws it back in the zone. Now Parisi on the attack again. He turns the puck over. They wrap it to the point where Nolan Eichton looks for Carlson. Good head-up play there, just missing her. She's got possession. She wraps it behind towards Parisi, I think, but Tonka's able to chip it away from him. They throw it up the wall aimlessly. Eichton throwing that patented clap bomb. Carlson behind the net. She's looking for Parisi, there's Parisi, but the puck goes the other way. Parisi on the back check. Good job by Eichton getting back. Oh, yeah, that'll be offside, thankfully. Well, actually not thankfully, because nice outlet pass by Mosley to Helfrich, but nonetheless, the Hornets will get a line change. 1:20 left in the penalty, or in the period, excuse me. This will be a defensive zone blue line face-off on the offside. The Hornets send out Hoffman, Pitko, and McElroy, Olsen and Beacom. Olsen knocks a puck away at the blue line, but Tonka corrals it. Shot towards the net. That's a high stick. That's a high stick. That is not a goal, folks. That is definitely not a goal, folks. That was clearly high stick, and both referees signal it. This one's an easy call. So that's the right call by the ref. You could see it from here. Coach doesn't look to be too animated about this one because he knows it was a high stick. That was, if that was 3 feet lower, it might have still been a high stick. You were saying about the play? That was a high stick. That'll go all the way down in the other zone. Hornets a little bit of a break, but that was a clear high stick. Offensive zone face-off now, 1:10 to go in the second. Hoffman tries to get it back towards Olsen, but it ends up scrambling on the near wall, or far wall to me. Puck is wrapped up the wall where Beacom is chasing. Number 12 is quick. Olsen comes across and forces the shot a little earlier than he wanted. And nice play by McElroy getting it out to Pitko. Pitko gets around one defenseman. He's got a little space. He gets chopped to the ground. I don't think the ref's going to even that up after calling off a goal. Beacom has a little trouble with the puck, so Olsen comes across and knocks the puck away. Puck Hops out into the slot. Block shot by Charlie McElroy. 30 seconds to go. The crowd goes wild for the block shot. And pressure now by McElroy once again. He does a good job on this shift. Beacom on the wall, fighting for it. He's got help coming. One-timer where Tucci is on it. He doesn't know where it is, but he's on it. And they get a whistle. Good chance by Tonka. 13 seconds to go in the frame. Okay, defensive zone. Hoffman on the face-off. Face-off is lost, and Tonka gets a quick, soft shot towards Tucci, which he eats up. Hornets got to sell out to win this face-off. If they can win it, they can pretty much run out the clock. Should be 2 guys getting in on this. Lost again, but this time McElroy puts a stick on it, and Pitko is able to win a battle and chop it out to center ice. Nice job by Pitko. All right, Hornets take the lead 2-1 into the third period. We're going to have a Zamboni break here, so we'll let everybody fill up their coffee cups and head to the bathroom, and we'll see you back in 15 minutes for the last 15 minutes. Okay, the Hornets return to the ice. Testing out their edges with 15 minutes to play. Hornet fans making the visiting team feel welcome here with a cheer. And the skippers return to the ice as well. The real stars of the game here now on the ice as well, the referees, who have really been showing off. Okay, Hornet fans, they're getting their final words of advice from Coach Parisi on the defense story here. Forwards are ready to go. They'll send out Olsen and Beacom, McElroy, Weebler, and Pitko, I think. Oh, that's not Weebler, though, excuse me. Replace Hoffman with Weebler. And he'll be the centerman on the opening face-off. 15 minutes to go. And here we go for period 3. Nice job by McElroy, winning a battle on the near side. They get the puck into the Tonka zone. Tonka throws it towards the middle of the ice where Pitko gets a piece of it, and then a nice back check by Hoffman, but puck hops over his stick and goes to a Tonka player. Up through the middle. Olsen gets it up to Pitko. He can't quite get it to Hoffman, and Tonka will head the other way. Olsen challenges at the line, forces to the outside, and that is offside. I think he took himself offside as he lost possession of the puck. His feet were over the line. So that'll be a face-off at the blue line for the Hornets. They'll switch up the unit, getting Vogel, Weebler. See, I told you Weebler was coming, folks at home. And Carpenter out there. Puck comes on the near side where Weebler gives chase. Tonka's able to chop it out to the neutral zone. And a nice job by Conkey kicking that away from a Tonka player. Now Drew Hart's got the puck. He gets smothered against the boards. Loses his stick. There's no call coming. Puck gets thrown the other way, and Carpenter, he smothers somebody against the wall. And that puck gets through. He's got Vogel with him. Weebler going to the net. She tries to get it to Weebler, but loses her handle, and her second attempt gets gobbled up by the goaltender. So it'll be an offensive zone face-off for the Hornets. They've got Vogel taking the draw. Ref's not impressed. Good face-off win by Vogel. She gets a puck towards the net, doesn't quite get through, and it's chopped back to Drew Hart. He lofts it delicately. It bounces over a defenseman's stick, and Vogel ends up with the puck. She wraps it behind the net, and Carpenter tomahawk chops it back to Vogel. She throws it back to the point. It goes off the referee's leg. So Hart just chumps it in the corner. Now Carpenter's got it on the wall. He gets it to Weebs. Weebler shakes, tries to shake a defender, but the Tonka team comes away with the puck. They throw it to the neutral zone. It's a one-on-one. Hart is back. He uses his feet to kick it away, And the second attempt is blocked. Oh, geez. Weaver throws it into traffic there. And on a second effort, he wraps it hard, but that gets past Conkey. Tucci deflects one into the corner that's shot from the defensive point towards him. This is Hornets' struggle here after a turnover in their zone. Good job by Drew Hart. He wraps it again. There's no winger on this side of the ice, though, but neither is there a Tonka player. So it goes out to the far blue line. The forwards get most of a change, and now the defensemen will do the same. It'll be a face-off in the offensive zone as Tonka chipped it into their player bench. Carlson on the draw. She's got Parisi and Helfrich with her. Eichten, Mosley at the point. Puck comes back to Helfrich. He shoots it. It hits Parisi in front, and he gets a piece of it before Tonka takes over possession. Cam with a great back check. Oh. Eichten slow to move that puck, and Tucci has to make a sharp short side save. Puck comes out. Mosley uses his feet to muscle it out to the center ice line. So Hornets continuing to be their own worst enemy with some miscues. This one, I think, went off a player on the bench, but that was directed by the Hornets. So that should be a neutral zone face-off. Hornets will switch up the unit once again. There's 12 minutes left in the third. It'll be Tommy Hoffman line. Hoffman on the face-off. He's got Pitko on his backhand, and that's where he sends it. Bo Beacom moves it up to Tommy Hoffman. Hoffman gets over the line, tries to buy some time, but can't quite get it back. That's close to offside. Good job by Beacom knocking that away. Oh! Beacom knocks that puck away, and they take a shot that's deflected in front and gets past Tucci. So the Hornets are now even, 2-2. Tommy wins the faceoff back to Olsen. Olsen retrieves it, moves it up the wall to McElroy. McElroy chips it out to center ice. Pitko challenges, forces a turnover where McElroy gets it, and he wraps it in deep. Nobody forechecking too hard here, but Hoffman does find the puck. He gets around a defender to the net, tries to get it to Pitko, but it's out of his reach. McElroy strong arms the puck into the far corner now. It's going to come all the way around to Beacom. He chips it in where Hoffman chases. Hoffman tries to get around a defender, but he makes a good play, wraps it out. Good job by Pitko cutting that off. He's still got it. He gets it down low to Hoffman. Hoffman looking for an outlet. He gets it back to Beacom. Beacom loses it. Olsen will give chase. He's able to catch his guy. Tommy Tucci's able to save the puck. So good back check there by Olsen to force a shot, and a great save by Tommy Tucci on the miscue in the offensive zone by the Hornets. Still 2-2. 10:44 left in the third. Carlson line now out. She's got Parisi and Helfrich on her wings. Hart and Conkey on D. Faceoff is lost, but Cam Helfrich steals the puck immediately. Chips it out to center ice where Tonka wraps it back in. Now Carlson's got the puck and she's got time. She gets it to Parisi. Parisi gets it to Helfrich, and they try it. Oh, that's a slash. Conkey's got the puck. He's getting chased, though. He does a good job of muscling that off. That's offside. Good job by Conkey, holding his ground. So it'll be a face-off at the blue line. Carlson on the puck. She wins it towards Helfrich. His chip attempt can't get past the defender, and Tonka wraps it into the zone. Hart is back. He chips it up the wall safely to Parisi, but Parisi's pass to Helfrich is intercepted. Now Hart back. This is a 2-on-1. Conkey back. And they score. So this is a story. This is a story the Hornets have already seen this season. They've been up on this team before and have choked it away. So far in the third period, that's the story once again. But they've got 10 minutes left to turn the story around. Eichton gets the puck at his blue line, up to Weebler. Weebler finds Vogel. She can't quite get her shot off. Tonka's quickly closing on the Hornets as soon as the puck comes out. Good job by Eichton on a body play. He does a toe drag at the blue line, which causes an offside. So Tonka feeling the vibe right now as they have regained the lead. Hornets are challenged to work through the check of the hard-working Tonka team. Weebler gets the puck off the face-off, up over to Carpenter. Carpenter does ultimately get it in deep, where Vogel wins a race for the puck. She's looking for an outlet. She reverses it back to Weebler. He gets checked off the puck, and the puck's wrapped around the boards where Mosley, strong on the wall, holds it. He's got help from Carp. Puck comes loose, and it's chipped past Vogel. She's got a chaser on her. She wraps it across to Eichton. Eichton throws it towards Mosley, but out of his reach. And this puck comes back to Carp again. He moves it up to Eichton. This time he wraps it hard into the zone. Weebler will give chase, and the other four will go for a change. Good luck here as the puck comes back to Pico. He's got to move it. He makes a shifty move. Now he's working around a defender. Finally, the third forward gets out there. That's wrapped around the boards by Tonka. They're sending to the zone. Olsen back, and he forces a dump in towards Beacom. Beacom wraps it up the wall to Pitko. He chips it out to the neutral zone as it was just out of his reach. Tonka will throw that in. That's not quite an icing. So back where Olsen moves it to McElroy. He'll move it back. Olsen's got a little bit of space, but one chaser. He's got to move it. Good save by Tucci. Puck is still loose. Puck is shot over the net now. Big panic behind the net here as the Hornets turn over the puck in their zone. Once again, just too slow on the pressures. And they will take a line change. Hey! Hornets slow on the line changes too, which isn't helping. That puck is sent the length of the ice where Hart is the only challenger left for it. He's knocked to the ice, but the Hornets come away with the puck. Helfrich gets it to Central, but no further as the Skippers turn it over there. Conkey, that goes off the post. A sharp-angled shot. He gets a second chance, and Tucci with another save. Helfrich is being checked. They've got to move the puck quicker. Carlson comes away with it on the far wall. She forces a chip up the zone where Conkey levitates it into the zone. That's going to be an offside.
Good try.
The Hornets are going to need a little bit of urgency here. 6 minutes to play. They got to get back to dictating the pace of this game. Soft chip here by the Skippers, but Hornets unable to take advantage. They wrap the puck in deep where the Skippers find it. Cam Helfrich turns it over in the corner. He's got Parisi with him. Puck comes back to Hart. He dumps it behind the net. Carlson can't knock it down. Tonka playing simple. Conkey tries an interception. There you go. Every time Conkey intercepts the puck, it goes right back to a Skipper player. So that'll make it 4-2. Tonka with a 2-goal lead. Hornets have given up 3 goals in the third so far, and they're looking for life from someone. Vivian Vogel on the faceoff. She wins it to Eichten. Eichten moves it up back to Vogel. She's got wingers with her. And that'll be an offside. Mosley delayed as long as he could, but ran out of patience and chipped it into the zone. So near face-off here, Vogel. She's got it. She throws it towards Carpenter, but he falls down. And Tonka gets the puck into the zone where Eichten barrels after it, and he knocks the puck off the Tonka player's stick in enough time for Vogel to wrap it around the boards. It comes back to Vogel. Now gets up to Carpenter. He does cause a turnover. Vogel tries to get it to Weebler. Ultimately, he gets it. That's going to be offside again, whether they like it or not. 5.5 minutes to go. Hornets will elect for a line change. Hoffman on the faceoff. He gets it over to McElroy. McElroy wraps it in, and Hoffman chases. He puts some pressure on the D. They reverse it back the other way, where Olsen forces a chip out, and Beacom will go back and retreat. He's going to wrap this, I think, and he does. Over to the far side, where Pitko runs into the net. Now puck comes back to the point. Good save by Tucci. Olsen chops it into the corner. That puck comes out over the line. Maybe, maybe not. I think it did. So they're going to have an offside face-off. Five minutes to go in the third. Hornets down 2. Hoffman on the face-off. Face-off is taken by Tonka. They wrap it in deep. It's going to go to Beacom in the corner. He reverses, loses the puck. Second effort, he gets it up to Pitko. Pitko has got time, but he chops it up to a Tonka player. And Tucci has to make another sharp save. Most of these Tucci saves have come on Hornet turnovers in this period. They're having trouble. There, Olsen steps in front of one, but only for so long. He gets the puck towards the winger, but the winger gets a defenseman step in front of him. Olsen shoves his man over, wraps it up the wall, past the winger again. Winger skates by the puck, and Tucci makes a save. So it's a meltdown for the Hornets here, all self-inflicted issues. Now a 5-3 lead for the Tonka Skippers. 4 minutes to go. Puck is turned over where Helfrich finds it. He lofts it past the defenseman, and he's got a bunch of speed. He's looking for somebody to move for him, but they're pretty idle. Now Carlson gets it. She moves it back to Cam. Cam back to Carlson. She gets it to Parisi on the other side. Hart gets it at the point. It's thrown towards the net, and Carlson from a sharp angle tries to find the net, but misses wide. She spins it in front of the net. It hits the back of the net, though. The puck is chipped past Conkey for a 2-on-1. And Drew Hart, good job forcing a shot, and it whistles wide. Oh. Hornets have a chance, and they just skated over a puck. Forecheck! Hornets very casual on the forecheck, and the Skippers did not know what they were doing. Now they'll come the other way, 3-on-2. They're casual on the back check, too. Eichton forces to the outside. That's thrown towards the net where Eichton steals. He gets it to Carlson. Carlson carries it through the middle. She's still got it, but Tonka clogs up the middle of the zone. No one forechecking here. We got a forward behind the defense. And Tonka just elects to carry it in, because why not? Vogel gets the puck up the wall towards Carpenter. Gives it back to Vogel. She chips it around. She's still got it. She's looking for somebody to share it with. She gets it to the front of the net. Ends up at Mosley's stick. He gets a shot on net, but nobody in front for the tip. Weaver now cuts in from the wall. He gets chopped to the ground. There's not going to be a call. Mosley throws it in. They're not going to call the offside this time, but I think that was offside again. And right about now, the Hornets probably wish it was called offside as Tonka goes on the attack. That is deflected by Eichton towards the net. And McElroy is able to get it up to Vogel. She loses it at the line. And Tonka will take it the other way. I think Weaver knocked a puck away there. There it is. And Vogel tries to get it to the front. Now it's another odd man rush here. Olsen deflects it. That should be offside. It's not. Olsen buys some time and gets it cross ice towards Hoffman. Hoffman's by himself with two back checkers. And that will be deflected into the Hornet zone. They're going to call it an ice. 1 minute to play in 11 seconds. Hornets with the last gasp here. It's going to be very challenging to score 3 goals in a minute, though. See what Hoffman can arrange off the face-off. He's got Parisi and Helfrich on his flanks. They win it back to Helfrich. He throws it towards the net, but it goes high. Parisi outmuscles his man. He's got defenseman. Oh, that's a nice play by Cam. Tommy Hoffman rips a high one. They can hit the goalie in the shoulder or the head. And that big body is able to block it as usual. Now near side, face off to the left of the goalie. Hoffman back to the point. Olsen's shot is blocked. He's able to steal it back, but he can't get it past his player. He'll get a third chance as the puck comes back to him. He chips it up towards Parisi. Near side battle. Beacom is able to get the best of it. Helfrich lofts it towards the middle where a Tonka player corrals it, and Olsen pinches his player off and gives Beacom time to make a play up to Hoffman. Hoffman gives it to Helfrich. Helfrich pass hits Tonka in the pads, but Parisi ends up with it. He gets it to Beacom ultimately. He gets a wobbling shot off, but the goalie has to be sharp to make that save. And there's 18 seconds to play in the game. Hornets forward unit will stay out. New defensive pair in Conkey and Hart. Face-off is lost, but Tommy Hoffman on the forecheck is able to challenge for it. He gets it to Helfrich. Helfrich tries to backhand it in front. It hits a skate, and there's 3 seconds to go here. Hart will get the last touch of the game. But Tonka celebrates as champs. That goalie cannot be less than 75 years old. The Hornets lose a heartbreaker, 0-6 against the Skippers. Not sure if this is the last meeting. They'll both be going to regionals next week in Prior Lake, so there's a chance they'll meet again. But in any event, today it wasn't meant to be. Congrats to the Skippers. That felt dirty to say. All right, signing off.